most influential sculptures of the last century. He introduced modernism to a wider audience and was influential in the shift in the perception of what sculpture could be. So from that he attracts a national and international audience. He was also a local sculptor. He was born in the West Yorkshire town of Castleford, so he also attracts a local audience from that. Henry Moore was always particularly interested in having his work on display in the open air. The sculptures on display in the country park date from 1955 to 1985 and really represent Moore at the peak of his career, when he was making monumental sculptures and particularly sculptures for display in the open air. He first started making sculptures for display outside in the late 1930s, and in 1940, when he moved to Perry Green, now the home of the Henry Moore Foundation, he really focused on that aspect of his work. He often said that he felt that sculpture was an art of the open air, and he felt that daylight was necessary to viewing it, and he said that he'd rather see sculpture in almost any landscape than inside the most beautiful building. The country park is an ideal place to have Henry Moore exhibited here, as the rough terrain and undulating landscape allow each sculpture to have its own space, and it just means that each is almost hidden before the visitor comes upon it, and so they each appear as almost like a surprise, and that's exactly how Henry Moore felt sculpture should be viewed. He felt it should be like, you should view sculpture like a journey with a sense of discovery. We've got sculptures on loan from the Henry Moore Foundation, the Tate, and a few other private collections. And it's a changing display here, so we're continually changing the sculptures that are on site, but none of them are actually owned by the sculpture park, but they are on long-term display here. The Henry Moore display will continue here for the foreseeable future. We definitely would like it to be a permanent feature of the park. It's a well-loved attraction by visitors, and we think his sculptures are really particularly suited to this area of the park.